Today is Saturday, February 29, and you're tuned in to the Tip-Off, where we tip you off on today's NBA matchups, how to gamble, how to bet. Well, I'm sporting my new birthday bangles, bubbles, and beard beads. So it's a new look, and just looking for your thumbs up or thumbs down. Give us the reaction in the comment page to know whether or not to keep the beads or lose the beads. Anyway, what's on the docket for today, Gabe?
8 games this evening. First up, we've got Chicago traveling to New York to take on the Knicks, where New York is favored by 2.5 points. I'll take Chicago. Too many injuries to mention for the Bulls, but I have a hunch Zach LaVine is going for 50 tonight. I'll bet the Bulls here.
In the Garden?
In the Garden.
Oh, yeah. Saturday night in the Garden. That belongs to the Knicks.
All right, next we've got Portland traveling to Atlanta to take on the Hawks, where Atlanta's favored by 1.5 points. I'll take Portland. Damian Lillard is out again. Hawks are going to be without Dwayne Dedmon, Clint Capella, among others. The Hawks are on the second night of a back-to-back, though, having blown out Brooklyn last night. Blazers just 3-7 over their last 10 games. They need this win pretty badly to keep pace with the other teams fighting for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. I'll take Portland to pull this one out.
Well, the organist is not going to be absent, and the organist is going to assure the victory by controlling the pace and the tenor and the tone.
All right, next we've got Brooklyn traveling to Miami to take on the Heat, where Miami's favored by 7.5 points. I'll take Miami. Karis LeVert listed as questionable for Brooklyn. Both teams played last night. Already mentioned Brooklyn lost to Atlanta. Miami beat Dallas. The Heat are still just 3-7 over their last 10 games. I've got a hunch the Heat will cover again tonight against a Brooklyn team that might be awfully shorthanded if LeVert can't give it a go. Miami.
Brooklyn might be shorthanded, but their legs are very long. And I will go with the Brooklyn Nets.
All right, next we've got the Lakers traveling to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies, where LA is favored by 9.5 points. I'm going LA. LeBron James is questionable. Danny Green doubtful. But for the Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Brandon Clark are both out again. Lakers have won 7 in a row. Grizzlies have lost 5 in a row, and they're on the second night of a back-to-back, having lost to the Kings last night. Grizzlies' lead in the race for the 8th seed is down to just 2 games, with Nola nipping at their heels. Kind of expecting LeBron to come back for this one after missing last game, and if that is indeed the case, then I expect that James will lead the Lakers to a blowout here. LA.
They're playing in Memphis?
They are.
No, the Grizzlies will grind them up in the grindhouse and spit them out.
All right, next we've got Indiana traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cavs, where Indiana is favored by 8.5 points. Again, I'm going with the favorites in Indiana. Tristan Thompson already been ruled out for Cleveland. Cavs are on the second night of a back-to-back and flying in from New Orleans after losing last night. I don't feel all that great about this, given that the Pacers haven't really been so hot lately. I'll still take them to cover here. Indiana.
Doesn't sound like a very enthusiastic endorsement, Gabe. And they may be favored, but they're not my favorites. And I'm going to tell you right now, rock and roll Cleveland.
All right, next we've got Orlando traveling to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. San Antonio is favored by 4.5 points. Going San Antonio, they're going to be without LaMarcus Aldridge again. Orlando, though, on the second night of a back-to-back, so I've got to stick with the Spurs here.
I believe in magic.
All right, next we've got Houston traveling to Boston to take on the Celtics, where Boston is favored by 1.5 points. As regular listeners are likely aware, Bubba never bets against the beard, but he also never bets against Boston when they're playing at home on the parquet. Something's got to give. What's it going to be?
I'll let you pick your team, Gabe. And
What?
I have a feeling that you pick a team because you don't ever get to pick Boston on the parquet, and you never get to pick the beard. So since today my beard is kind of restrained and under arrest, I think I'm going to go with Boston on the parquet.
All right.
No disrespect to the beard, but if there were ever a day when the beard was in question, this is the day. This is the question.
You said you were going to let me choose, and then you chose. But I was going to choose Houston anyways.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
It all worked out.
All right, the finale. We've got Golden State traveling to Phoenix to take on the Suns, where Phoenix is favored by 8.5 points. I take Golden State here. Phoenix on the second night of a back-to-back, and they lost to Detroit last night. Doesn't exactly inspire confidence that they're going to win by 9 or more tonight. Phoenix in the finale.
Oh, no, the Sun is.
Golden State in the finale. Excuse me.
Yeah. I'm taking the Suns. They're the hottest thing in the solar system.
All right, maybe in the solar system, but not in the NBA. All right, that does it for this episode of the Tip-Off, where one of us is always right. Thanks for tuning in.